into it. Opportunity. Opportunity. There is opportunity every single moment of your life. Every single moment of your life, there is opportunity. Now, you're making decisions. And I want to ask you something. Are you aware of the foundation of the decisions you are making? This is very, very important. Are you aware of the foundation of the decisions you are making? Meaning, what it is that you're prioritizing on the day to day. See, whatever it is that you prioritize, whatever it is that you value, whatever it is that you're looking forward to, whatever it is that you have in your mind or where you want to go, you're making every single move that's leading you towards that direction, right? You just don't aimlessly just look at a wall because it's like you don't just, well, some people do. They just stare. They say looking at a wall, like just standing there. When you're making these decisions, when you're saying, okay, I want to, when there's a goal, right? It's like this. Best way I like to explain it is, when in school, right? When you used to take a test and you had this whole project that you had to do in school, and you had to you had to finish it, and people will wait, like you had 3 months to do it, and people will wait like the last day to do that test because there's urgency, right? Some people take the 3 months and take their time with it, right? Doing a little bit every single day, and by the time they finish, right, boom, it's done, right? But for others, that urgency, whereas that last day brings that urgency, that last day to do this test or to do this is a terrible example because school is not my thing. But it's that last day of the project that has to get done, right? What is my point? My point is, when there's urgency, there's action, right? Also, when there's direction, every move you make is headed towards that direction. So the priorities behind the moves that you're making, what do you prioritize? Is it comfort? Is it security? Are you looking to be the best version of you? Are you looking to be the healthiest version of you? These things, people think that they view their moment to moment in fragments. They don't think that they're building a life on top of a foundation. I don't know if you guys can even see me. People are building a life on top of this foundation, right? So I ask you this. If you're not aware of this, then you're just making decisions thinking that you're not attracting the things in your life. That is not your fault. That is not because of you that you are in the situation you're in. You don't see every moment as opportunity. You're not aware of what you are doing and why. Look at your schedule. Look at what you have planned down. Look at the moves that you've been making for the last 2 weeks. Look at what you have lined up for the rest of the day. You're making decisions and it's backed by something. And what I'm asking you guys is, are you aware enough to see what that is? Right? Are you building an entire life around the avoidance of your problems? Are you building the entire life around the avoidance of your fears? Are you building your entire life on top of your mission, your purpose? Is your mission in life in the forefront of your mind? Are you looking to be the healthiest and best version of yourself? Those things are said without you even saying it. Those things are done without you even it's just your moves of what you care about moment to moment, what you're constantly thinking about. What do you always want? How you solve problems. I noticed this because I've seen so many people say, oh, I don't understand. I got so much going on in my life. I got this going on, that going on. It's like, you have control where you put your energy. You have control. There you go. You have control where you put your energy. You have control where you give your attention. You have control how you react and respond to whatever comes your way. Now, to allow all these things into your life, to allow all these things to consume your mind, to allow yourself to be pulled in multiple directions, there's something that you're holding on to. There's something that you want. There's something that you care about. Because when something is a problem and you don't want to do something, it's instant. You don't do it. You make the adjustment instantly. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen tomorrow. It's like, no. I want to make this adjustment and it happens instantly because I care about this. I want this. But again, it's not something that you may be thinking about. It's something that you just accepted about yourself. A lot of people have accepted the conflict and accepted the position they're in. They've accepted in a way that there is no shot, there's no chance. They look at themselves and say, there's no chance. This is just the way it is. This is just what it is that I'm doing. And they see their position. They see themselves, right? And they say, okay, I learned how to live within this misery or within the limitation of this fear. I've learned to live within this limitation I created for myself. So now people are just existing and surviving rather than adjusting and thriving. Fam, listen. People are existing, right? Just existing and surviving and not adjusting and thriving. And that right there just reveals what people actually want or what people care about. People are just looking to, all right, if I could just take my small little energy and just survive into the next moment, survive into the next day, instead of taking control of the situation. Can you take control of your situation to the point where you're constantly making adjustments to get to where you want to go? Whether that's clarity, awareness, whether that's being the best version of you, living in truth, living with love, living with purpose. For so many people are constantly pulled in many different directions, wondering why they're in the position they're in. Thinking that they don't have control. I don't have any control. This person's in my life. I got these moves to make. I live in this environment. It's so hard. And then you're not taking ownership of your attention. You're not taking ownership of your time. And most people are not doing that. But why? Again, the foundation behind every decision you make is backed by something. It's backed by something. You're making these moves for a reason. It doesn't just happen, oh, I'm just doing. No, there's something that you care about and that you're holding on to. There's fears that you've just accepted about yourself. There's stories that you tell yourself. I'm not good enough. I'm not great enough. I don't know if I can. I don't know if this is the right. All these stories. Insecurities. But your moves reveal it. There's you can say whatever it is you want to say. Your moves reveal it. Your moves reveal it. Your moves reveal the truth. How you search for an excuse. You search for a reason why not to do and not for a reason to do. Not looking for the best solution to the problem. Always a never-ending search of the greatest escape to your problems. Why? Why is that? Fam, I'm just asking why. Now I'm asking you to see yourself. I'm bringing these things to awareness to you so you can be aware of the moves you've been making up to this point. Look at your calendar. Look at the things you have lined up. Look at the things that you have scheduled. Look at the things. Why? Why do you have those things? Why? What is the foundation of that? Why? Right? Now, for many people, they think a lot of things are just normal, so they never question. They never think. They just live this way for a long time. But the moment that you start to see yourself, the moment that you start to see the thing that you prioritize, the moment that you start to see the moves you've been making up to this point, the moment you start to see yourself, everything changes. Everything changes. But most people don't see. Most people are not aware. Most people don't really understand. See, I always save this. I always save these lives. They always go on my YouTube channel. You guys can look at my Instagram on my page. There's a tab that says YouTube on my highlights. You can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm always posting these up. You search for a reason not to do versus a reason to do. Facts. But why? But why? Look, there's no right or wrong way. And this is what I want people to understand. This light is bothering me. It's like I can't really see. I say the light's bothering me and I take it out. There is no right or wrong way. Fam, listen, we're just going to have to go with it. There is no right or wrong way. There is no right or wrong way. There's only consequences. There's no right or wrong way. There's just the priorities. Your priorities reveal the quality of your life. Your priorities will be responsible for the quality of your life. The things you allow to continue, the things that you accept, the things that you want, the things that you avoid. It's like, man, can we see this so clearly? Can we see what it is that we care about? Can we see it? Can you see? Right? And again, there's no, and a lot of people lie to themselves because they think that, oh, they should be a certain way. See, when you lie to yourself to impress others, or when you lie to yourself to be something that you're not, that's where things get confusing, right? That's where you hold on to perception versus actuality. That's where you focus on the perception of you instead of embracing who you actually are. And that right there is a moment, man. It's a moment when you see yourself when you see yourself without altering what you see. When you see, oh shit, how come I got my greatest escapes all planned out? How come I got my greatest escapes all lined up? How come I'm always looking to run away? What is it about my situation that there's certain things I just have no intention to address? There's certain things that you just overlook. There's certain things that are not even a thought. It's not even a thought. It doesn't even pop up in your mind. You ever seen something like, well, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that. I did not even think of that. Or I didn't even see it that way. Why? Why do people say that? Because you get what you focused on. You get what you're focused on. Right? You're focusing on something. You're focusing on something for a reason. You prioritize something for a reason. And you only see what you want to see. You know how many things I'm walking down the street that I don't see? As aware as I claim to be, there's a lot of things that are just over my head that I really, really do not even prioritize or don't even see. And because I don't see it, I don't think about it. So it's not even an idea. There's a tree right in front of me. I'm not even thinking about, oh man, what if this tree falls? You know what I'm saying? But, I got to move this car because if the tree falls on me, then, like, well, how come I'm not focused on that? But somebody who had a tree that fell on them before is probably thinking that. Damn, what if this tree falls? It's looking kind of flimsy. Let's move it. You know what I'm saying? Little things that you don't even think, like you don't even think of things. Like you're not even thinking about it. But when you do think about something, you're thinking about something for a reason. Again, your moves are backed by what you prioritize. Your moves are backed by a certain foundation. And you only see what you're focused on and you see what you prioritize. And people would say, well, I see things based on my experiences, right? So people go based on memory. Your memory creates how you move, right? If you're walking down a dark alley one time and you get mugged, right, at gunpoint, now you start thinking a little bit different about dark alleys, right? Or when it gets dark, you're like, oh man, you start prioritizing different things. Oh, I'm not going outside at night because the last time I went outside, you know what I'm saying, I got mugged and at gunpoint, I'm not walking down that block no more, da-da-da-da-da. So now you start moving different. Now you start focusing on different things, right? Are you aware enough to see the things that you prioritize? And are you aware enough to see that you are getting the results that you deserve? Listen, as I say that, it triggers people. What are you talking about, the results that I deserve? When you see that you get what you're focused on, what you allow will continue, what you settle for, you deserve. There's certain things you're avoiding, there's certain things you're not doing, and there's certain things that you prioritize. And because you prioritize these things, you're not even thinking about the things that you probably need to do. You're not thinking about the things that you know you need to do. You're not even thinking about ideas to reposition your situation. You're not thinking about ideas to adapt and adjust. You're not thinking about ideas to get out your position that you're in. You're not even thinking about it because of what you've accepted. It's the truth. And as I say this, it's like everybody's living the life that they want to live. And a lot of people would say, no, 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 that's not true, Anthony. But I need you to listen because this is powerful. I need you to really observe this. Hold on. Just listen. I'm just like, I can just imagine somebody who just gets overly like, oh, no, I'm not living the life I want to. Listen. You live in the life you want to live based on the things that you are willing to accept. Life will be what you are willing to accept. Life will be what you settle for. And for some people, they've accepted and they learned how to adapt in misery. They've learned to adapt in limitation. They've learned how to accept these things. And because they accepted the idea of thriving, the idea of adjusting, the idea of solving this problem, the idea of the unknown, the idea of the uncomfortable, the idea of leaving this position is not even a thought. It doesn't even play in their mind, even if it's the solution. One has adapted to the misery to the point that they shut down the door to the solution. One has adapted and accepted the current position to the point that they shut down the door to the solution. They shut down the door of opportunity. They don't see opportunity from moment to moment, which is how we started this live. We talked about how every moment of your life there's opportunity. People don't see opportunity from moment to moment because in their minds they've shut down that possibility. They don't want to see that because I've learned to just accept this. No matter how much I complain, no matter how much I cry about it, wish for something, pray on it, no matter how much I look at the shooting stars and make 80,000 wishes, I have lived this life. I've accepted these stories. I've accepted whatever comes this way, and what you allow will continue. What you settle for, you deserve. And I say that because the moment that you see, wait a minute, hold on, I don't got to accept this. I don't got to live this way. I don't got to be like this. The moment that you start accepting that, the moment you start seeing it like that, the moment that you allow your mind to break away from its own limitations, is the moment that your entire life, everything opens up. A world of opportunity is available right in front of your face the moment you break away from your own limitations. Which means what? Which means what? You are standing in your own way. You are standing in your own way. And the moment that you see that you are the problem and you are the solution to this problem is the moment that everything changes. Does this make sense, family? Can I get some heart emojis if you're loving this live? Man. And when you take responsibility, man, everything changes. It's so real that it's so real. It's so real how one has created these stories and just like, oh man, now I want to live this life within this limitation, within these stories that I've created for myself. And you create what you think you're worthy of. You create what you think you're good enough for. You create what it is that you think you can do. You create, look at your, like if we can observe your life without judgment, and that's the key. See, that's the key. The judgment part is where people fail, because people judge it and then they don't see it. They judge it and then they deny it. They judge it and then they run away from it and they feel bad about it. They judge it and then they don't allow the process to play out in their mind. They alter what they see to fit a narrative that they wish it was. And that's why people don't see themselves. Because as I say this, people are like, oh, no. I don't want to see that as truth, because now I got to take responsibility if I see it as truth. So don't judge it. Don't judge it. Don't play it off. Don't hide. Don't act. See it. Let it play out. See what you've allowed. See what you've accepted. You've created all this story of what you're good enough, how much money's right for you, how much money you deserve. There's unlimited amounts of money, trillions of dollars out there in the marketplace. Trillions and trillions of dollars out there. Trillions of pounds, trillions of euros, trillions of different currencies. And we want the 0.1 of one. And then there's how much you've accepted, right? Is that good, bad, right, or wrong? Let's not judge it. It's fine. Do whatever it is you want to do. I'm just saying, look at this. There's information on health. There's information on fitness. There's information on nutrition. There's information on building and growing. There's information on real estate. There's information on NFTs. There's information on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. There's information on social media. There's information on whatever it is you want to know, how to swim. There's information on how to shoot. There's information on how to cut meat. There's information on what's, great for you, what's not great for you. There's information on so many things, and you are living the life you are living now. Nick, do you not see? Again, I'm not pointing out anybody, any person. I'm not saying you're doing it wrong or you're doing it right. I am just saying, with this information that's available, that's out there, you choosing to know what you know for a reason. There's a reason why. See, on the day-to-day, there's things that you prioritize. On the, not even day-to-day, the moment-to-moment, there's priorities that you have. And there's unlimited amounts of information that's out there. Unlimited amounts of information. That you being in your current position to say that you do not want to be in this current position, then tell me something different, please. Can somebody tell me something different? Can somebody say, oh, I don't have access to the internet? Tell me something. My phone doesn't work. It only works on, at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It only works for like 30 to 45 minutes. And then after that, the internet doesn't work no more. I don't know. Tell me. We complain, we do these things, but are you willing to reposition your life? Are you willing to put an end to what is old and to create something new? Are you willing to change up the stories you tell yourself? Are you willing to change what you prioritize? See, fam, this is why it's difficult. It's difficult to say, wait a minute, but yo, you don't understand. Da, 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 da. It's like, well, like, this live right now can bring awareness to your moves that you've been making. This live right now can bring awareness to something you've been overlooking. And instantly, you can create it. You can make a new decision. You can make a change. The thing is, there's so many things that you care about. There's so many things that you're prioritizing. There's so many things that you've accepted. So many stories you've accepted about yourself. So many things that you've just accepted that you don't even allow yourself or give yourself the opportunity to go do it. It's like, if I do this, what this person is going to say. So now you prioritize the opinions of others. But if I do this, but what's going to happen to this and this? Now you're prioritizing that. And that story, no matter how much you justify it, because of that, you can't go out and do this. What is it, right? Can you allow yourself to see the opportunities? As a matter of fact, can you allow yourself to create something new, to create something new? Can you allow yourself to adapt and adjust? Can you allow yourself, allow yourself to see what happens. Yo, just see what happens. People ask me all the time, man, how do you get to this position, Anthony? Like, how do you get to this position? Whatever they're talking about in all areas of your life. I'm like, man, look, I just wanted to see what happens if I just made different decisions. If I changed my priorities, I just wanted to see what would happen. That curiosity has led me to the point where my mind is just, from moment to moment, it's just, I see myself in HD. It's like I see myself. But I was in a place in my life, I'm like, okay, do I have to be in this position? Do I have to be in this situation? Yo, do I have to look this way? Do I have to dress this way? Do I have to be in this environment? Do I have to feel the way I do? Let's see what happens if I change my priorities. Let's see what happens if I did what was most uncomfortable. Let me see what happens if I broke out of the known to create something new. Let me just see what happens. And just kept going and going and going and going. And then I was able to prove to myself that everybody can, regardless of what the past is, regardless of what you've gone through in the past, every person on this right now can instantly create something new right this very second, because every moment's a brand new opportunity. Every moment is a brand new moment. And with a perspective change, that will solve all of your problems. To think that your past has something to do with it. To think that, but you don't understand. To think that you're not suffering from memory more and imagination than in actuality. To think that you're not justifying things out of this just to accept your current position out of fear. Fear will have you justifying things fear will have you accepting things where you look for reasons to why you can't. But in actuality, it's just fear. It has you accepting things about yourself that you're just like, yeah, it's just the way it is. This is just what I've always done. It's just the way, this is just what this is, just what it is. It's like, oh shit. With everything that's available to you right now, you're choosing to live like this? Whether it's good, bad, right, or wrong, you're choosing to live like this with everything that's available to you. You're choosing to accept that relationship, that partner, that situation with everything that's available to you. And that's part of the problem, right? Because a lot of people are waiting to be told what to do, or a lot of people are waiting to be told what's good, bad, right, or wrong, instead of looking at themselves for a second and saying, yo, do I have to be in this situation? Do I have to accept this? And then you don't. You don't. You don't. You don't have to live in that city. You don't have to be in that environment. You don't have to accept that job. You don't have to accept that amount of money you make. You don't have to accept that partner that you have or don't have, whatever. You don't have to accept your current situation, as in not look for a solution to the problem as if there's no shot. You don't have to accept those limitations. Right now, if you wanted to, you're 2 or 3 moves away, one move away, always one move away from completely changing the course of your life. And a lot of it is not just the moves. You know what? Let me rephrase that whole thing, because I say that and people think it's like, oh, let me just pick up and go, or let me just do this. Let me rephrase that. You're one priority change away from complete total transformation. I'm clipping that one later. I'm putting that up. You're one priority away from total transformation. Priority change away. Where you change a story. You've changed what you've accepted. You've questioned what you've accepted. You observe the details of the situation you've accepted. You're one priority change away from total transformation. It's a good one. With the light hitting right now, the light glaring over half the face. I'm like, woo! Who's loving this right now, fam? Give me some fire emojis. That's fire. I'm gonna leave it at that. Imagine me continuing after that line. I just can't. I just can't do that. That was good. That was good, man. That's it. That's it. One priority away, fam. One priority away from it all changing. One priority change away for everything changing. Oh, I don't want to prioritize this anymore. I'm going to switch things up. I don't want to accept this amount of money anymore. I have to put an end to this position to create new money. I'm not going to accept this environment anymore. I got to actually change a priority and not accept what's most comfortable. Not accept what I've been used to. Not accept what's culturally accepted or culturally appropriate. Because that's another thing. That's another thing, man. Some of you are living, tradition says. Tradition says. Yo. Tradition says this. Yo, tradition says you created your own limitation and you've just accepted and then you get proud about it. Yep, this is just what we always do. This is how we always lived. This is how we this is what we've always done. Culturally, this is just what we do. And then out of the fear of putting an end to that, out of the fear of being lonely, out of the fear of being judged, out of the fear of having this attention, you decide to not do what it is that you know you need to do. Woo! I know I'm touching somebody right now. Psychologically, I know I'm hitting somebody right now. I don't know who that person is, but I know somebody's seeing that within themselves. I've culturally accepted this. And because I've culturally accepted this, I'm afraid of being judged. I'm afraid of the attention I might get. I'm afraid of being lonely. That's a big one. You'll be surprised how many people don't make moves out of the fear of being lonely. But I promise you one thing. And prepare yourself for this. Those who bring the most value are never alone. Those who know the value they bring to the table will never be lonely. Those who know the value they bring to the table, those who continue to make themselves more valuable, will never, ever be lonely and will never fear the thought of being lonely. Think about that, fam. Think about that. That's what I got for you guys today. I love you guys. I appreciate you for tuning in on this beautiful Tuesday. And that's it. That's all I got. Go see the replay of this later today on my YouTube channel. You can go on my page. And on the highlights, there's a YouTube tab. You can click that and subscribe to my channel. Also, fam, if you found this valuable, go ahead and sign up to my daily awareness journal sometime next month. I don't know when. And a lot of people don't think I'm telling the truth because I don't have a date just yet. Sometime next month, I'm going to do a podcast exclusively on my Patreon. So those of you who haven't signed up, click the link in my bio, only $5 a month. Right now, you get access to my daily awareness journal. Sign up for that. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys and have a solid day, fam. Peace.